Yo, what's going on? My name is Sweet Phil, and today in this Diablo 2 video, I'm bringing you a complete guide to farming the Countess. All the legendary Slayer tier channel members get a shout out at the beginning of every video. Girth Crump, Indestructible Ones, big shout out you legends. First question you're probably asking is, why would we even want to farm the Countess? Like, what's down there? What do you find down there? Well, farming the Countess is actually one of the best places in the game to get runes that you need in order to make rune word, and she's the only location in the game where you can get Terror Keys. The Countess is located in the Forgotten Tower, and the Forgotten Tower is in the Black Marsh in Act 1. So you go to the Black Marsh waypoint, find that Forgotten Tower, and go all the way down to the bottom. That's where you'll find the Countess. Now when I say you're going to find runes, you're not finding Jaws and Burrs and Zaz from the Countess, but you always need a lot of those mid and upper mid-level runes in order to make the high-level rune words here in Diablo 2, and that's where she's a good place to farm. Even early on, for a normal Countess, you can get up to Ral runes, so that's good for the lower level rune words. In Nightmare, you can get up to the Io rune, and in Hell, you can get all the way up to Ist. Now those rune drops come from the Countess's special rune drop table. It's something special just for the Countess. You don't have a rune drop table like that from any other monster in the game. She does have an item drop table, so you can occasionally find good items. And from that item drop table, you can actually find all the way up to a low rune, technically from the Countess. That's incredibly uncommon. I've never found a low rune from the Countess. Now going back to the key drops, it's actually a slightly different drop rate depending on the player's difficulty. Players 1 and 2 difficulty, you have a 7% chance. Players 3 and 4, you got a 9.1% chance. 5 and 6, you have a 9.6% chance. And 7 and 8, you have a 9.8% chance of finding a Terror Key. But when you're farming the Countess, you definitely need to take into consideration what you're actually trying to find there, because while Terror Keys chance increase as the player difficulty go up, actually a weird mechanic with the Countess, as the player's difficulty goes up, your chance of finding runes actually go down. Because as the player difficulty goes up, you actually have a better chance of then finding items, and those items can sometimes replace the rune drop, so you're going to want to watch out for that. Personally, this is my preference. Anytime I run the Countess, I always do it on players 1, and even if I'm looking for keys, I find a ton of them. I find plenty of keys down there, and that way I also have a better chance of finding some of the runes that you're looking for down from the Countess. A few little tips and tricks here towards the end. She is always going to be immune to cold and to fire, so make sure if you're farming with a sorceress, it's probably easiest to do it with a lightning source early on if you don't have any way to break her immunities, like Infinity and stuff like that later. So yeah, early on, lightning sword is the way to go. Another trick that can save you a ton of time on Battle.net. It doesn't matter necessarily as much on single player because you have a static map, but when they're always changing every time you cycle through a game like on Battle.net, just remember this little tip. When you go down into the tower, you come out the door and you exit the tile where you come into that level, just always turn left. Just keep going left, keep going left, keep going left, and that will generally lead you down to the next level of the tower. There is a rare occasion where there's actually 3 rights actually equals a left in the game. It's kind of funny the way they wrote it that way, but I would say probably 9 out of 10 times, if you just always turn left, that'll be the fastest way down to the next level. So yeah, this guide is more based towards the new and returning players to Diablo 2, since with Diablo 2 Resurrected coming out, all this information is going to be compatible with that game, along with regular Diablo 2 LOD too. So if you got anything out of the video, make sure you hit the like button, and if you like Diablo 2 content, make sure you subscribe up to the channel, because that's all I do here on this channel is make Diablo 2 videos. Thanks for checking out the video. Peace out, YouTube. Hopefully I catch you in the next video. Oh yeah, and don't forget, keep slaying.